Right, I saw this chat.
Status ranked men and their relationship status ranked from most to least happy according to science. The most happy men are married men, followed by men who are dating. Men who are long-term living with their partner are moderately happy. Widowed men tend to be unhappy. Divorced men are more unhappy, but perpetually single men are the least happy of all.
So she did this, but she said in the comments that she would do ladies next. But she doesn't. I've heard that study before. Thank you so much for the Prime. Happy 6 months, Nana. Thank you. Oh, it's a Twitch Prime chat. My time's come. Nana, thank you so much for your Twitch Prime sub. You can use your Twitch Prime sub on anybody on this website, and you decide to use it on me. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. I did it. Full energy, full passion. I told you. I told you. Cut. Hi, positive. I'm all full of passion and energy. You reckon married men are happy? I think they're probably happier than perpetually single guys. That's very lonely. I think happiest people are people who are single and dating, like dating more than one person constantly. Really? Ugh, fuck that, bro. Not me. I feel like happiest is in a relationship. I'm not in one, but I mean, it depends on what relationship, but like, isn't it tiresome fucking going on dates and doing the, what do you do? Cool. What do you do in your free time? Cool. What's your favorite color? Cool. Giving that, fuck. Dude, how you guys have time? That's crazy.
Less than 3.
Oh, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate you. Thank you. Welcome back. You can be affectionate and loving to one or two strangers, not just one. How do you guys find 2 people that you like? That's crazy. And secondly, how do you have time to entertain 2 people? Lord have mercy. I might yap online. I don't yap IRL. I'm straight to the point. I'd rather game all day with my girl all day if it was possible. Yeah, do activities. I think being with someone that knows you and understands you is such a special thing, chat. It is such a comforting thing. You know, you have a bad day, you have someone to talk to, you have a good day, you have news to share, good things happen. Like sometimes good things happen for me and I'm like, who do I share this with? You know, you want to share the goods and the bads and the up, the down. Worm. Who basically streams like once a year. Hi. Being with someone who has the same as you in almost every bad day, you need your differences. You need your differences to keep things interesting. Wait, did you just say a fucking oxymoron? You just say being with someone who's almost identical than you with every way is ideal. Then you said you need your differences to keep things interesting. Which way? Oh, slight differences. Something I've learned, if you're single and unhappy, your next relationship probably won't go well because you may get clingy. Best way is to be single and happy. If you meet someone, that's less pressure on the partner to be a responsibility for your happiness. I agree. I think you need to be happy with yourself and work on yourself and happy with the person you are before you start giving yourself, like in a relationship, at least for me, I do a lot for them. I give a lot to them. I provide a lot for them. And if I haven't taken care of my mental health or things that about me, then I don't have the strength or the ability to do that for them. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be happy with myself and the ways things are, so that then we can come together and make something even bigger. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get into a relationship, which I have previously down on the line, and my mental health just wasn't there. And I was relying on them to kind of get me out of it, which shouldn't be the case. They didn't mind, luckily, but it's like one of those things where I wasn't giving as much as I definitely could. This was when I was much younger. My mental health wasn't great. And then I saw a therapist, got a lot better. I had a lot of like trauma back then, worked through it. You bring your trauma to a relationship, it can bring things out that you don't want to be out. You know what I mean? You want to like work on those things and then come into the relationship where you're like, okay, I've worked on that. You agree and disagree at the same time? That's fair. What's your thoughts? But I must also say, it's not to say that someone who's been through a lot of trauma isn't worthy of being in a loving relationship or anything like that. I just think unresolved trauma can really like put strain onto a relationship. Ellie, do you believe in love at first sight? Have you ever dated and loved at first sight? No, I don't believe in it. I'm like someone who like has to get to know someone's personality before I'll just be interested. Hi, Turn. Thanks, babes. And I also think that like trauma is like a scale as well. Like there's some trauma that I would think maybe you can work on with your partner to like help alleviate and things like that. Like I don't actually think that you should be like 100% resolved, the best person ever, whatnot. But as long as you're working on it and not just repressing it is a big thing. You know what I mean? Like as long as you're like aware of it, working on it, that sort of thing is like a big thing, personally. Aware. Because like I feel like when you're aware of your triggers or trauma, you can really look out for it when things happen. You go, this isn't their fault. This is because of what I've been through. All right, what can I do? You know, I've had things like that where I'm like, they're not doing anything. This is something with me. I need to be aware. And like also saying something like, hey, this is really like triggering me because of this and this. I'm really, really sorry. Like, this is just like, this is like I just need to like work on this, or I'm just feeling a little sad. I would say a loving partner would turn around and say, I completely understand. What can I do or whatnot? As has been said to me in the past, like they're like, I get really like triggered when like, people just shut down and like don't talk, or they don't like, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll make an effort to like try and speak up more or something like that, you know. I think compromising is a big thing. May not understand, or is it too much baggage for them? I understand, but I don't think, I think for the right person it's never really too much baggage. I could tell you, as someone who's formally married, to say, well, you should never see yourself as a burden. You need to focus on what you can offer rather than what you're feeling missing, because that feeling is missing is probably completely irrelevant to the prospects, needs and wants. Understanding of situations and feeling. Where the heck did that message go? You mean understanding, but I know baggage entails severe trauma entails. I'm never marrying again, so I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I feel like you are missing out on great people, but I understand trauma is very personal. Understanding of situation feelings can be being dismissive, big factor IMO. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, we've had this conversation before about trusting and stuff. Compromise, trust, and being on the same page, main key for a good relationship. Worth effort could be an amazing plus. Talking about your problems isn't always that easy though. Oh, 100%. I also think that I feel like it's never really about the fight or what started the fight or what caused the fight, but it's the way you handle the fight. So like, because there's always going to be arguments and fights, and if you ever think you're going to get into a relationship where there's just never going to be disagreements, then you're wrong. Like it's just human nature, you know what I mean? And it's about the way you handle it, you know? It's the way you fight. It's the way like you go in there and you're like, listen to your partner, understand, even if they're being unreasonable, why are they being unreasonable? Why are they feeling this way? What can I do? It's about, like, in my opinion, looking at the problem as a separate entity to you guys. For example, instead of being like, oh, he just doesn't, like, give me enough love. Instead of, like, attacking him from doing that, it's like, oh, okay, the problem is I'm not feeling like very loved. What can we do to work together to attack that problem instead of he's the problem, you know? Or she's the problem. You kind of get what I mean? Because if you like come to someone and say like, oh, you're just not like giving me enough, they're going to be like, oh, very defensive, very attacked. But if you come and be like, oh, I'm just feeling like really just like a bit lonely and like just feeling like really unloved. I know you've been really busy and stuff. Like, what can we do? You kind of like attacking the problem together. And when you problem solve that kind of problem together, you actually grow, which is great. Defensiveness is like probably another thing that would be really rough. But yeah, if anyone's like going through something at the moment, thank you, Semtex. I appreciate that. How's your stream? If you can try and with your partner look at the problem as look at situations as a problem, not with each other but as a separate entity where you work through that problem together. Really big thing. Getting people in the back foot makes the situation worse. Oh, exactly. Communication is the key to any good relationship, not just partner, family, friends too. Yeah, I agree. 100%. 150%. But yeah, if you can listen to each other, not yell, not raise your voice, and like when someone brings up a problem, not making them feel like bad or any sort of like insecurity about it, and just like, I guess not taking offense or being defensive is like a massive thing, because that's like, I guess, earning trust and safety within a relationship, because you want to feel safe enough that you can be like, oh, hey, I really didn't like this or whatnot. I'm working late because I'm a streamer. So the issue is how to open up to a new partner, but how childhood trauma has impacted me. Yeah, it's like definitely a sit down relationship, but in time as well. Like you have to really build that trust. I think trauma dumping very early on can sort of, I guess, maybe not be the best way, like kind of build up that trust. Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you, Chunky. Not everyone is socially adept to taking deep conversation that way, though. Intent makes a lot. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if your partner wants to see you happy, thrive, like they don't want to be right or they don't want to win the fight. They just want us, everyone to be happy and loved and heard. That's all that matters. I did. I actually got my mom a very expensive present. Oh, Sussy, trust me, you are not too much or bringing that onto somebody like you're feeling like you're too much just because you're in a wheelchair. There's so many beautiful relationships. That's definitely not a reason you should be like worried about, I think. What if you just simply don't want to share something with your partner? I mean, it depends what it is, I guess. I mean, it's your... I don't, yeah, it's very dependent.